Hello everyone, it's Paige and welcome back to my YouTube channel. We have a very fun video and a special guest. So I was hitting at Foothills and I met Josh where his bag was quite interesting. One, I noticed there were a bunch of missing clubs, and Northwestern is the brand that you are playing. How long have you had these clubs?
So these were passed down from my dad. Been playing on them since I was, like 18? And playing pretty poorly on them since then.
And we do have a brand that I know. We have a Mizuno 3 wood, no driver. This is the only wood you have in your bag.
Yep. Driver fell apart on the course last year.
And a putter that looks like you stole it from a mini golf course.
I don't want to be held accountable for that, but it may or may not be true.
Well, I'm really excited to bring Josh to Club Champion. You guys already know that I'm such an advocate for getting fit, and we're going to see a big difference today. I know when I'm getting fit, I get fit at Club Champion all the time, and you get to see the improvements, but I get so many questions of what skill level do I need to be? What happens when you come in? And so I'm going to walk you through this entire process with Josh, and we are going to get him a whole new bag. The first question that I get asked a lot is, do you have to be a great golfer to see the benefits of getting fit? And Josh shoots in the mid to high 90s, and you're still going to see the difference when we get him some really great clubs. And I actually think that some of the misses and the struggles that he's having within his game and in his swing are because he doesn't have clubs that are fit for him. I even notice is that if there's a half a degree off or there's just a small change within my clubs, that I see a big difference of 5 to 10 yards, and I'm pretty dialed in with my own swing. And so I want to show you guys again, walk you through this process that everyone can get fit and everyone can see a massive benefit from getting fit at Club Champion.
Take your time, stretch out, warm up, and we'll get started.
The next question is, what's the process of getting fit? So right now, Josh is hitting with his current clubs, getting warmed up, and also trying to get some numbers. From there, the club fitter is going to see where they can improve and what brand they want to go into. Again, there are so many amazing brands, but each brand fits each person. It's very an individualized process. And so right now they're just capturing some data. Josh is warming up. And I would say too, if you are not as confident about your golf game, if you're not so confident about your golf game, that is okay. The club fitters have seen it all, so don't be embarrassed. Have a really great time and laugh off the bad shots. They actually want to see your bad shots, and so anytime I'm in here and I have a consistent miss, that is actually valuable information for the club fitters because they can find clubs that help your swing. You don't want to change your swing to fit your clubs. You want your clubs to fit your swing.
I'm going to change the tag to your 6 iron. I'm going to call this your gamer. Okay, that's going to be your club. I'm going to have you take about 10 good shots. Okay. We're only going to count the good ones. I'm going to kick out the bad ones. Okay. And I want you to take your time. Hit each shot, as best you can. I prefer quality shots over quantity. Okay. So take your time, put a good swing on each one. Okay.
Paige, if you got any tips while we're here, feel free to
Swing hard. There you go.
All right.
You can see it though.
On the line,
your
on the
clubs
line.
they're just not fit for you. Even like the one that you kept topping, it looked so short compared to, it was a 7 iron?
It was a 9.
This one right here,
This is a 6. But yeah, and that's part of it is like, there's times where I'm really unclear if it's me or if it's the club. I'm sure a lot of it is me, but there are times when I'm like, oh, it'd be cool if I was confident that it's me that's doing this and that I need to be making adjustments versus like, this is just too short or
Well, even like at your skill level, I know that you want to try to improve and get better.
Yeah.
If you are trying to improve with bad equipment, you're going to fit your swing to whatever clubs you have.
Yeah.
And it's really hard. You start to make adjustments because you have played hockey and because you are athletic, is that you just try to figure it out, and before you know it, you're doing all these weird things, and then it's not consistent from like your wedges into your driver. And so if you have good clubs, and that's why I say too, like you want to have good clubs, even especially when you're trying to get better, because then you know you'll be on the right swing path, you know that your loft and lies are good, the swing weight is good, the length is good, so then you're not adjusting and trying to do different things with your swing.
Yeah, it's compensating for something that's bad and making it worse.
Yeah.
Is what it feels like a lot.
Yeah, 100%.
So Josh, let me ask you this: is there a budget window that I need to be aware of?
That's a great question. I don't have a great sense of what a full bag would cost, right?
Okay.
I'm looking to keep it around $5,000, maybe a little bit less. Don't need anything necessarily top of the line, but I have some money to spend. So.
Okay. Well, here's the thing, right? Is if you go get fit at other places, you know, a typical full bag price, you know, that's going to run anywhere between, I'd say, $2,500 to $3,500, depending on the brand.
Okay.
Okay. With Club Champion, we're a little different because when you buy from us, you don't buy a complete club already built, you know, where you can just take it to the register.
Right.
Okay. Your clubs are custom built for you.
Yeah.
Okay. So when you buy from us, you buy a head, you buy a shaft, you buy a grip, you buy the fitting process that goes with it, and you buy the build that goes with it. Because your clubs are going to be built by a single builder the way I tell them to build it.
Okay.
Okay. So they're going to be custom built for you. The materials that we have here, they're premium materials. Okay. They're upgraded shafts. So the cost with us is a little different because it depends on the shaft head combination.
Yep.
Okay. So on average for a full bag for us, you know, it's going to be anywhere between $3,500 upwards of $5,000.
Okay.
Just so that, you know, I can manage a little
Yeah.
bit of expectations.
No, that's good. That's great to know.
Okay.
And I think that's part of what I'm looking here is to pay for the experience, right?
Okay.
It's because I don't have the background. If I was just to walk in and try and pick something off the shelf, I'm not confident that I'm going to end up with what I needed to end up with.
Well, here's what's going to happen is I'm going to put you through the fitting process, and wherever we end up with, you know, at the end, we're going to compare apples to apples,
Yeah.
and then you can make a decision at the end.
Sounds great.
So,
Awesome. What does the lead time look like because you are building it? So I come in, get fit. Are we talking weeks? Are we talking
so
months?
I always quote 2 to 4 weeks.
Okay.
If you had one goal by the end of this fitting, what would it be?
I mean, honestly, it would be leaving with clubs that I feel comfortable with and happy with. That's part of the, like, if I go out with friends, it's fine, but if I'm going into a work thing right now,
Yeah.
I'm a bit embarrassed. And so I would like to be able to show up. I don't need anything super fancy, but I'd like to show up and feel comfortable with what I've got.
Confident.
And yeah, like I'm going to be able to hit the ball
Okay.
fairly good.
Let me ask you this: distance or dispersion? What's more important?
I'm really tempted to go with distance, but I would say actually dispersion, because I would prefer to hit it shorter and not have to go search for the ball in the woods, right? So I'd rather
And
know
then distance is the added benefit.
Yeah, right. Like then that's how I can, you know, take my score down. But at least then I'm still like, okay, I'm there.
Okay. I think I can work with that data right there. Okay. So let's take a short break. We're going to talk some numbers here.
Great.
Okay. Here's what's really cool is, you know, with the launch monitor, we're able to capture each shot or all of the shots several different ways. This is basically your dispersion. So let's talk about this real quick. Okay. This solid line right here, that's the center of the fairway.
Okay.
And you see all those shots that you hit. Basically, if you take a look at this one here that's blinking, that one you didn't hit very well.
Yeah.
These two up here, you hit really well.
Mm-hmm.
So my goal for you at the end of this fitting is to have more of those.
Yeah.
Okay. And The goal that I have for you is to get you inside of this 30-yard spread.
Okay.
Okay, we can get, you know, really detailed on all of this stuff. In the initial part of our fitting, what we're gonna do is we're gonna be on a quest for more smash factor, or a higher smash factor, and more ball speed. And we do that by testing shafts.
Okay.
Okay. In the second part of the fitting, that's when we're gonna worry about all these other numbers. Because it's the third component, the head, that's what gets us the launch conditions. Okay. So we find the right shaft for you first, and then we start testing heads to get you in the right launch conditions. Okay. First shaft, you're going to test. It's this one here. Okay. So what I have here, Callaway Apex is going to be the constant in our experiment.
Okay.
The variable is going to be the shaft.
Got it.
So I'm going to have to take a couple swings with that.
Okay.
And then we're going to just start testing shafts.
Swap it.
Exactly.
Sounds good.
Okay.
So right now, Josh is trying out all different types of brands, and this is where you need to be brutally honest. And sometimes when I look down at a club, it just doesn't feel right to me, and you don't have to be very articulate about this. You can just say, I don't like it, and then they'll take it away. I think sometimes there's too much pressure of you have to perfectly describe what you don't like about it, and sometimes it doesn't feel good, it doesn't sound good, it doesn't look good, or you just don't like the way that it feels coming off of your club head, and just say, it doesn't feel right for me. I don't like it, I don't like the look of it, and again, you don't have to put so much pressure on yourself of being very articulate. It could just be, this isn't the club for me.
Good swing.
That's real good.
Felt great.
What did you like about it? How did that one feel good? Does the swing felt good, or did it feel like coming off the club face?
Speed and like contact felt
Yeah.
very solid.
Yeah, those are numbers though.
Yeah.
I like the dynamic loft on the ping a little bit better.
It's funny, both felt good, but I think that the ping felt a little bit better.
Your launch angle is up, your dynamic loft is up, your landing angle is coming in steeper,
Okay.
you see. So that's why I like the ping a little bit better than this one.
So this is why I always tell you guys to come into Club Champion for yourself. So every time I have gone through the fitting process, I have always been fit into a Mizuno, and I recently tried out the Srixon clubs in my last Club Champion video where I was talking about the best clubs in 2023, and I was shocked by how much I love that Srixon club. It was perfect for me. I loved it so much. I can't express that enough. But ping clubs for me, I just have never fit well into them. I don't know what it is, but my numbers are always down. But we just saw with Josh that pings are best for him, club that doesn't work for me, and the Srixon wasn't good for him, which was good for me. So again, it's a very individualized process when you're going through the club fitting, and that's why you need to come in for yourself, because I'm sure you're gonna be shocked with what works and what doesn't work.
Great swing there. One thing that I'm seeing with this compared to the ping is the ball speed is dropped.
You can even hear it off the club face. It just pops off the ping, and this one, it sounds a little bit more dull. Dead, yeah.
I got another one I want you to try after this. It's pretty much similar construction to it. Good swing. You can see here,
Sure.
it's the gold.
Oh, it's a gold look.
Okay. This is what we're trying to beat right
Yep.
here, is the red. And that was the pink. It's very similar to this one. Okay, it's the Callaway Paradigm.
So after they find the shaft and head combination, they're gonna put this lovely little board down, and it checks your loft and lie, and you can see underneath where it's hitting, and then they will bend it depending if they need it more upright or more flat. When I do all of my traveling, my clubs start to bend, and so I will even come into Club Champion and they will check my loft and lie for free. So if you go through the fitting process of Club Champion, you can come back and they will make small little changes for you. Yeah.
Your club was at a D2, okay? A little bit too heavy for you, okay? Because as you start to bring the club down, okay, your brain senses the weight, and it causes you to pull up, okay? Where here, the club head is slightly lighter than what you have now, Now you can actually get the club down to the ball. And that's why, remember I was saying, we've got to get the leading edge of that club below the equator of the ball.
Yep.
With a little bit lighter swing weight, we're able to do that.
Nice. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
So this is the way we're going to build it. We're going to build it at that speed.
Okay.
Question is what kind of grip do you like?
I have no idea.
Okay, so we've got a grip wall right
Yeah,
here.
perfect.
Okay. Let me ask you this: do you like a tacky feel to your grips, or do you like
A little less tacky.
a little less tacky? Okay. Let's start with the tackiest grip we have.
Okay.
Okay. Down a little bit. Okay. This has a little bit of tack to it, and a little bit of texture.
A little cushion, or not cushion, but yeah, a little.
Yeah.
That
Okay.
feels pretty good.
See, that one has a
Feels
little bit
good.
more tackiness than this one.
Yep. Yep.
That's kind of like a good in between. And then, you know, we have other ones that are like straight cord.
Okay.
Stick that in your hand and take a look. Yeah, that's good. So that's the way we'll build it.
Awesome.
Z grip.
Sounds good.
All right. Yeah,
So he picked up almost 20 yards.
20 yards. So rather than hitting an 8-iron into the green, you're hitting a pitching wedge.
Yeah.
That's where it makes a difference.
That's massive.
Yeah.
That's massive.
Yeah.
It's funny because I say you could pick up to 20 yards and people don't believe it,
There
and
you go.
we have it right there.
Yeah.
So this is the final combination. They went with the Golf Pride Z grip cord, and then we went with the Ping I-525 forged irons with the KBS shaft. So Josh picked up 20 yards on his irons. Yes, 20 yards. I have said this before and you guys don't believe me. You think I'm just full of BS, but you have seen it firsthand, getting fit, 20 yards, and that is without it getting pured. So it was a massive change. And the interesting thing is that Josh's swing actually started to look better once he had more confidence with the clubs and he was able to start to swing it more freely instead of trying to manipulate his swing to fit his club. So this is 20 yards just right now. I think once he gets even more confident after the puring and has some more practice with these clubs, who even knows? It could be 30, maybe even 35 yards that we're gonna see a difference, all because of the clubs. So now they're going over wedges. Wedges are so incredibly important. One, you want to have them gapped out properly from your wedges to your irons. And also it's very individualized. So you have to find a wedge that feels good to you, because when you're using your wedges, it's mostly around the greens and you're trying to hit these very touchy, feely shots. And so it really comes down to how does it feel coming off the club? Do you like the spin? Do you like the look of it? But it's a bit of a different process than with the irons or really any other club. And even when I do my wedge fittings, it's not as technical. It's more, how did that feel? Can you feel like you work it? Can you feel like you need to do what you want with the club to make the ball react the way you want it to react? Because I like to hit a bunch of different shots. And I like to be really creative with my wedges. And so having a really soft feel off the face is very important to me. And for Josh, that could be different. For you, it could also be different. And so again, that's why it's important to go through the fitting process and to try all these different wedges.
What I like about the other one is it was automatic.
Yeah.
It was like, take it back, let it go.
Yep.
Take it back, let it go. You didn't have to think about it, and you didn't miss-hit that one as much as you miss-hit that one.
Yeah. Yeah. This one
Okay.
felt like it required a little more.
So what I would say, let's go with a 54 standard bounce,
Okay.
okay? And then a 58 low bounce. Do the putter?
Yeah. Let's do it.
Okay.
And we're doing the putter fitting section of the full bag. Most people don't realize that you can get your putter fit, and not only that you can do it, but you should be doing it. You have to be so incredibly precise with your putter. And so going through this fitting is absolutely incredible because it tells you what putter you should be using, why you should be using it, and it fits the putter into your putting stroke. So what I'm trying to say is you definitely should go get fit. So Josh decided on the Handsome One swag putter. This was the best neck for him. They needed the 45-degree toe hang. And one cool thing about getting the swag putter club champion is you gotta pick a swag head cover. So Josh, out of these, which one are you gonna go with? They're all pretty cool.
Yeah, I feel like I honestly, it might have to be the skulls.
You like the skulls?
Yeah, but maybe the
I-
don't give a putt. I mean, that's pretty good.
Okay, I like the don't give a putt putter. Josh is moving on to the driver fitting now, and this is my favorite part. I always look forward to driver fittings. We are going to see a big improvement because his last club broke. He was swinging and the club head went flying. We don't have any stats that we can compare against, but I think we are going to see a massive difference.
This one is called the Nemesis. I'll explain about this after you hit it, because I want you to be able to see if you can feel the difference.
Okay.
If you take a look, 1.48. Remember, the highest smash factor you can have is 1.5. Let me try to get this ball. There you go. I like this setup.
Yeah.
This is probably the best we could get right now.
Okay.
There's a couple things that's happening in your swing that if you fix,
Yeah.
okay, it's just going to get better.
Okay.
There we go.
Josh ended up with the Stealth in a 10.5 degree driver, Fujikura shaft. Again, he has a hockey background, so he tends to get a little bit steep on top of it, but this was a great combination for him. And again, it's really important to have the correct club because he's now able to work on his swing and knows that this club is set up perfectly for him. And again, I've talked about this before, but you don't have to be a scratch golfer to see massive changes during your club fitting. Actually, you're going to see even bigger changes if you're a mid to high handicapper or if you've never been fit before. Again, having clubs that fit your swing is so incredibly important. One, having confidence in knowing that you have clubs that work with you and not against you, but also now you're able to work on your technique and to get in the positions that you need to get into because you know you have good golf clubs. I see so many people that have clubs that are way too long or heavy or too short or too light, and you can see they have these little issues within their swings because of the clubs that they had. You don't have to worry about hitting every shot perfect. You don't have to be a low handicapper to see the benefits from getting club fit. And that is all for today's video. Josh got a completely new bag and exciting news. If you want to be a part of this next time, make sure to comment down below on why you need new clubs, like this video, subscribe to my channel, and I will see you guys next Thursday.